Hello, sacred souls. It's Susanna from Alamanic Shaman. What I have here for us tonight is a bit more healing for the hole in our heart that comes from not getting the love, the true unconditional love and acceptance and approval that we needed because we were raised by narcissists, or we were surrounded by narcissists, and we just didn't receive what we needed in our formative years. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a candle in that heart, in that hollow, in that hole in that heart, and light it. But I want to explain a bit more first. I got a bunch of guidance today, and it's very interesting because a lot of it had to do with circles or cycles. So one was that I had a silicone tube that was old and had dried up, and in the spout, the way like that it had come apart was one of those dried up silicone circles, basically, or a cycle, right? That's the one. Then from the coffee, I just filled it into a smaller container, and from the coffee tin or can, like the big one, if you don't open that ledge there, or that edge at the top, then you're basically wasting like 2 spoons of coffee grinds, right? So I always like take a can opener and just open it up so I can pour out the rest. And as I had finished, I looked at it and I was like, circle, cycle, oh. And after I had finished burning the white candle for like the purity and all that, I started a silver one for us star seeds, and this is the first time I've ever seen it like this. But look at this, all the way around the top, it's separated kind of like in a ring, in a circle, in a cycle kind of thing, right? Or a ring. And the ring, oh yeah, and they could actually, the other two could also pass as rings. And I have another story of something that happened just a few days ago. This ring, hang on, let me see if I can show you better. This ring I bought myself 3 years ago, I think. 3 years ago, anyhow. As a commitment to my spirituality and my shamanism. And since I have Celtic ancestry, I chose a Celtic band from an Etsy artist. And I was wearing it. I usually wear it, like you can see it in most videos, except it's so tight I have to kind of wet my finger so that I can even get it on. Hang on, it's really tight. Otherwise it's too loose because I need to get it over my knuckles. Oh yeah, I got it. Wiggled it over. Okay, so this ring, as I said, represents my commitment to my spirituality, my shamanism. And I was at the laundromat, and there was a guy that I was talking to before, and he seemed cool, but I was already kind of getting the sense that he had some issues and was kind of a narcissist. Well, I'm sure he was. And he then asked me about the ring, because throughout the conversation, even the previous time, it must have become clear to him that I live alone, right? So I think he was just trying to kind of sense what's going on there. And I told him that this ring was my commitment to my shamanic path, to my shamanism, and that I'm committed to do ceremonies every night. And, then like for 2 minutes, first he was talking a little bit about other stuff. And then he's like, oh, I thought about that. That's actually really cool, blah, blah, blah. I think I'm going to get 2 bands, one for each of my children, because I'm really committed to them. And yeah, that's a great idea. But the thing is, like, I knew instantly that he was mirroring me and trying to impress me because of all the other stuff, all the other signs and red flags that I had already like previously seen, right? And I don't think he was getting the message of, hey man, I'm not out there looking for anyone. So kind of like back off in a sense, right? Don't waste your time trying to hit on me, hoping for a quick lay or something. But instead he kept trying to like impress me and like say things that he thought would impress me and blah, 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 right? The usual thing. So then I came across a video and, sorry, I didn't look it up again, but it was a girl who channeled a message from one of her spirit guides that, funny enough, shocked her as she was saying it. Basically, where they were talking about celibacy and chastity on the spiritual path until you find your divine partner. And that's just basically so that you don't contaminate your energies, right? And the way my life has been for the past decade or so, without me even realizing, kind of involuntarily pushed me more or less into celibacy and chastity, with a handful of exceptions, but like very brief exceptions. And yeah, it was funny that she was talking about that. And I'm going to put a link below, but afterwards, again, it's like I can't really get the link like right away when I post it from my cell phone, so I do it on my laptop. So bear with me. I'll put it the next day then, once it's finished uploading. But yeah, it was very, very interesting. It was really funny to see her response to it. How shocked she was about the message she had to deliver, basically. So anyhow, I think you would actually enjoy this video. And for me, it was also nice to see kind of a feedback from the divine that if you're truly committed to the path, there are some things you may have to do that by choice or because you're divinely guided without even realizing it, like in my case, things just happen a certain way, but it's actually for your protection, right? Because like in my case, I know whenever I slept with a guy, I got horrible bladder infections, especially when the guy had recently slept with someone else before me, right? So, and that was always kind of a real turnoff, because why would I want to suffer for a week afterwards? Right? You know, it's like, it kind of ruins the experience somewhat. So, yeah, I think the divine has so many ways of nudging us in the right direction. And if we don't listen, we, sometimes choose the hard way, but it's still guiding us and nudging us in the right direction. Anyhow, so like ring, but also cycle. So there are like 4 signs basically, right? About a ring or a cycle. And with the hole in the heart, we are the cycle breakers. We're breaking this vicious cycle that has been passed down from generation to generation through our bloodlines, through our lineages, all that narcissistic abuse that is passed down from one generation to the next. Because when you're the victim, eventually you either become the perpetrator or you bring that out in other people again, right? And so on. Now, what else is interesting is, as I was taking my shower, this never stood out to me. I look at it all the time. Tame It conditioner. And what popped into my head was tame the inner demon, and demon in the sense of like our shadows, right? So when we haven't done all of our shadow work yet, we have to find a way to tame the inner beast, basically. And that stuff still kind of sticks to us. So the other day I came home with a burdock still on my clothes, right? So, and that one like basically just fell off. Like it was right on the floor here. So that, then as the previous candle had burnt down, the white one, I sensed very strongly that it meant that the divine is really pouring into us right now to really, really help us heal from all of this, for all those of us who are really serious about the path. And another thing that happened, and excuse me, like actually both of these bottles are a bit dirty. This is an old bottle that I've had set aside, like, or not bottle, like a jar of cornstarch baby powder that I was only using for waxing my legs. And this bottle has been and survived, it has been through and survived a black magic attack where there was a little mini fire, and you can see like the dark on the outside. I couldn't even fully clean it off, and I hadn't even realized, but basically today, for the first time in ages, I was trying to wax my legs. Well, I did actually, and I wanted to use this, and instead of white powder, black liquid came out of there. And it was never near the water, but I don't know if maybe through condensation some water got in or something. And probably the black from the soot from that little mini fire must have gotten in there. But to me, that was a sign that so basically, when we want to feel attractive and sexy and so on, right? That's like part of waxing the legs, even if it's just for ourselves, right? But that whole like sexiness thing, it's like the dark or the narcissistic part is trying to ruin that for us in a sense. I don't know if that totally makes sense to you, but it's like rather than having purity in a spiritual connection with someone that will then be physical if it's the right person, it's pure lustiness. Oh, yes. Ha, now it just came to me. Okay, so this dark liquid actually represents the perversion of lust that we're brainwashed to believe is love. So mistaking that pure carnal, lusty desire that's actually toxic, mistaking that for love. So that's what this one is. Okay, thank you, spirits. And this kind of fell out earlier too, and I was thinking pulling out the weeds. And this book I found a few days ago in one of those mini libraries, like in the communities, right? The encouragement book, Becoming a Positive Person. And that's exactly how we heal from a lot of this narcissistic abuse. That we start thinking more positively, we do positive affirmations, we encourage ourselves and others around us, and so on, right? And I'm actually going to snip that little tin that represents the vicious cycle. And I'm going to put, but again, after I pull in the, ask in the spirit guides. And, oh, and look at this. The candle already started burning the weed that I had put there. Ha. Okay, that's a good sign. And I haven't even called the spirit guides in yet, but I know they're already there anyway. Okay, so let me call them in and let's smudge. And let's get the show on the road. Is that enough? I think I gotta do a little bit sideways here. That works. Please cleanse and renew all of our energies and take away anything dark, evil, and low vibrational. Any and all black magic, evil, witchcraft, spells, curses, hexes, parasites, and AI. And flood us with massive amounts of healing light, unconditional love, blessings, and protections, and an abundance in all the areas where we've been lacking up until this point. And so it is, all my relations. All right. Dear Creator, higher power, source, and soul energy, our higher selves, our spirit guides of the light, our ancestors that are in the light, dear Mother Earth, Great Spirit of the fire, and the other elements, air, earth, and water. Please join the ceremony and assist the healings, prayers, banishings, and protections with all of your powers. Thank you, Dankeschön, all my relations. Okay, let's start with this. Let us get rid of and banish any darkness and any toxic patterns and anything that has to do with narcissism that still sticks to us, and help us tame those shadows and inner demons. And help us break any and all of those vicious cycles that have kept us stuck and held us captive and hostage. Okay, now hold on. I'm doing this with the left. I gotta switch hands. 1 second. Yeah, that's the thing when you're right-handed. It's harder to do that with the left. Okay. Hold on. Okay, here we go. There we go. And the cycle is broken. We shall now, from now on, we shall encourage ourselves and those around us, especially those we care about. And any and all of that darkness shall be banished from our lives, including toxic, lusty, quote-unquote love connections that are really superficial 3D lusty love, right? It's desire, it's neediness, it's carnal needs that people want met. All right, so let me actually put this away so that I can focus on the other stuff. Remove this. Oh yes, and with this, with the silicone ring representing a ring, and I hope I can speak for all of you, but if you don't agree, then please just mention that to your spirit guides. But we commit to our spiritual path and our awakening and enlightenment journey and our ascension journey. And we thank the divine for pouring into us any and all things that we still need, any and all help, activations, guidance, teachers, and anything else that we need on our awakening and ascension journey to fully activate us in our power, in our soul mission as starseeds, light workers, earth angels, rainbow children. There's a rainbow too. Crystal children, etc., right? And please heal any and all hurt, pain, and suffering, and any empty hole that we may still feel in our hearts. Any emptiness or unfulfilled desires or needs that haven't been met, please fill those with your divine love and light so that we can fully be in oneness, that we can fully be healed, that we can fully and completely be on our ascension journey without any emotional baggage. Please help us get rid of anything that no longer serves us and transmute it with your love and light. Heal it, heal us, heal every aspect of us physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, energetically, karmically, and in any and all aspects that we may not even be aware of, throughout all of time and space, throughout all lifetimes, timelines, parallel and alternate realms, realities, multi and universes, and any and all other aspects that affect us in this lifetime and moving forward. And so it is, all my relations. Okay, so we are now getting all the help needed to be the positive, centered, grounded, joyful, happy, connected, spiritual person and light worker, or similarly, whatever you identify as, that we're supposed to be in this lifetime, that we want to be in this lifetime, and that is our birthright. That is our divine essence of being. Yes. And so it is. All my relations, all our relations. Okay. Oh, yes, and I forgot again. And let any and all negative, dark, evil, and low vibrational weeds be pulled out. May that be thoughts or actions, energies, or anything else. Let us pull them out one by one and get rid of them. Please help us with all of that. And if we're not sure what to do, please send us very, very strong guidance and protection. And help us every step of the way, as you have, as we know. Thank you. Dankeschön, all my relations. All right. Let the ceremony now be finished and accept our love, thanks, gratitude, and blessings. Thank you. Oh, please open the circle of protection around us, but keep us strongly safe, shielded, and protected. Thank you. Dankeschön, all my relations, all our relations. Okay, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching this ceremony, this video, and working on your own healing. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. And I'm also sending you lots of love and light, many blessings, and be well until next time. Bye.